Good morning, friends. Today is the 18th of March, and of course, the news is popping off as usual because in today's America, the news is literally just a dumpster fire. Every single article, every single news update, every single breaking news alert, everything is a shit show. Speaking of shit show, in the White House, um, Trump's favorability rate is tanking. Literally, not figuratively, nosediving. This man thought that he had a mandate to destroy the government when he forgot to openly tell the people that Project 2025 was actually real. So the people who read it, me and you most likely, or at least some of it, and you knew the most important parts of it, knew that he was going to destroy our government. We knew he was going to dismantle it. We knew he was going to privatize the most used parts of it, the most needed parts of it. We knew that was going to happen because it is well documented within the pages of Project 2025. But for the dumbasses who said, I just can't vote for the black woman because they're all the same, um, and that was their only reason. They knew nothing about what Donald Trump was offering. They knew nothing about what Kamala Harris was offering. They just knew she was a black woman. Their racism prevailed, I guess. But now that they're seeing that we were right, not just seeing, they're actively being affected. Now, if you're following me on my TikTok channel, you'll see that now and then I'll post videos of these actual people, real life Trump voters who are like, what the fuck is going on? I didn't vote for this. Yes, you did. Listen to me. Yes, you did. And everything he does, you voted for. Everything. You can't say, I didn't vote for this when you cast a vote for the man who promised to do exactly what he's doing. And for all of you mouth breathing motherfuckers out there who go, this is not what I voted for. This is not what I voted for. He didn't tell us Project 2025 wasn't real. Or the mouth breathing motherfuckers who thought that the libs were going to get owned and that you were going to be left alone. Your time has come. Your time has come. It has arrived. Because thanks to Elon Musk and Donald Trump, who believes he has a mandate, he is firing hundreds of thousands of Americans. These are Trump voting Americans, by the way, friends. They didn't all vote for Kamala, but these are Trump voting Americans who are now veterans. A lot of them, a good chunk of these people are veterans who are finding out the hard way, and it's now affecting you. I'll put some information up on the screen. We're gonna talk about some of these people here. Up first, let's hear from Wendy MAGA lady over on the lie box known as X. She says, I voted for Donald Trump to piss off the liberals. It was real funny. And now I'm worried I'm going to lose my Medicaid. Bloop bloop. Side note, $880 billion is being cut from Medicaid to give tax breaks to the billionaires who don't need that money. You fucking moron. You fucking moron. Anyway, she says, I have type 2 diabetes with diabetic retinopathy. If I lose my health care, I won't be able to afford my meds and will lose my vision. I'm in tears. Oh no! MAGA tears are our fucking fuel. I live off of MAGA tears. Let's be real clear about it. Next up is Marsha, 67-year-old Trump voter, who says he was going to make prices lower. He was going to make gas cheaper. He was going to help the middle class people.
in America. Yeah, no. No, he never was. Marsha was a federal employee and she's seeking to reinstate her job. Why? This is what you voted for, Marsha. Had you listened to the libs who weren't lying to you, who were just trying to get you to open your fucking eyes, who told you, and we shouldn't have had to tell you. That's the first thing. We shouldn't have had to tell you that the first Trump term was a fucking colossal disaster. Colossal disaster. But hey, the short-term memory is all you have, apparently. Fuck Marsha. Next.
I want you to remember that it was the National Association of Firefighters that endorsed Donald Trump, even though the man told them they were going to fucking take away FEMA, they were going to lessen FEMA, they were going to take away funds from FEMA, they were going to fuck over the 9/11 firefighters fund. And he did that. That was one of the first things he did, was fuck over those firefighters. But now, check this out. Oh my God. They canceled. FEMA holds a firefighters academy. It's a training academy, and it obviously it's for continuing ed for firefighters. And it was canceled. And it said, this is what they said. The county's preeminent federal fire training academy canceled classes effective immediately on Saturday amid the ongoing flurry of funding freezes and staffing cuts by President Trump's administration. FEMA announced the National Fire Academy courses were canceled amid a process of evaluating agency programs and spending to ensure alignment with administration priorities. Your safety is not fucking one of them. Let's get that crystal fucking clear. According to the notice sent, it instructs students and fire departments to cancel all future travel plans until further notice. Oh no! You mean he fucked over the firefighters too? You don't say. Oh my God. What's next? Next up, I have a real treat for you. This is a video of a group of people who are from Michigan and they're swing voters. They voted for Biden in 2020 and decided to vote for Trump in 2024. Okay. Here you go.
Everything I believed was going to happen, I think, is going to go the opposite direction.
It's getting to the point where I'm almost scared to watch the news.
A lot of his actions have just been disruptive and creating chaos.
I don't think anyone would have voted for him if they expected to see what we're seeing now.
I was voting for him based off of the economy the first time around, and I'm seeing a significant decline.
It's very scary.
So just to emphasize, these are swing voters, meaning they voted for Joe Biden in 2020 and Donald Trump in 2024.
I can pull up thousands of those. I've got one about a soybean farmer who was like, wait, what? What do you mean I don't have anybody to work here? What do you mean he's pulling all my funding? What? I've got one about a Trump appointed attorney for the government who was appointed her first term and then worked through the Biden administration because Biden let her stay because, why not? And she's an anti-abortion activist. I don't know why he fucking let her stay, but he did. And now Trump's firing her dumbass, and she's like, you liked me at one. You liked me one time. I don't give a fuck anymore. I see people on TikTok going, people on the left need to open their arms and accept these people. We fucking tried, you guys. We fucking tried. I don't know how we could have possibly tried harder. We were in their faces. Yes, we were covered over with red pill media blitz content, and there was nothing that we could do because Democrats would not spend the money required to combat what was happening. Speaking of Democrats, there's a lot of people who are very, very protective over their Democrats. And look, I'm not going to come down on you for it, but there comes a time when you have to take a step back and say, how did we get here? You have Chuck Schumer going against 300 or more of his fellow Democrats in Congress saying, no, I know what's best for you. Let me remind you people, these politicians, and I'm not saying they're two wings of the same bird. That's not where I'm going with this, but they are friends. These people have gone to the same colleges. They're parts of the same country clubs. They fight with each other on Capitol Hill and have a beer together on the weekend. The reality is that Chuck Schumer made the decision he made and talked 9 other dumbasses into doing what he did because it benefited him personally somehow. That man has a book that just came out. He's got a book that just came out. He wants to do a book tour, which, by the way, he canceled because of security reasons. No, you just don't want to make small talk with the people who are fucking furious with you. That's what it is. Chuck Schumer had nothing but personal gain for voting to pass that continuing resolution that fucks over so many Americans. So, you can be loyal to your Democrats if you wish. But we were the ones screaming, we do not platform politicians. We do not turn them into idols. And when they fuck up, we hold them accountable. That's what I want to do. I want to be a part of that group of people who says for far too long, our government has sucked. When the Democrats had the opportunity to say, we are going to pass a law right fucking now and codify that shit that says no person who's been convicted of 34 felonies, who's been civilly liable of rape, no person who's been charged with a crime, accused of sexual assault, should hold office, and that includes the fucking president of the United States. They had the chance, and they did nothing with it. They didn't do shit with it. And so you have to take a step back and say, at some point, nobody we elected did what they were supposed to do. Okay, and not only nobody, we still have the Jasmine Crockett, we still have the AOCs, we still have the Bernie Sanders, we have those people, but they are the smallest minority of people in Congress right now, and we need to grow that group. That's where we need to focus our effort. We need to step away from the losing ass Democrats and work on boosting people with the same values and we can't do that when we're going, hey guys, no, stop. The Democrats did this. The Democrats are this. And nobody's going to sit back and say the Democrats haven't done good things, but they didn't do what they should have done to protect this country. You've heard me say it before, democracy is fragile. And everybody in Congress worked solely for themselves, with the exception of our powerhouses. I don't have to name them again. You know who I'm talking about. But how do we sit here and hold Democrats up on a pedestal when they have fucked over the American people right alongside the Republicans? Joe Biden had months of presidential immunity under his belt before he left office. He and his advisors did nothing with it, you guys. Nothing. Look at what Donald Trump is doing with all of his immunity. Look at what he's doing with these executive orders, and nobody's fighting back. when he had the opportunity, there has to have been something he could have done to make sure that that did not into office. Take a short break. Be right back. But the coup de grace for me were two things. One, when Katie Britt said, "Oh, hey, don't take away FEMA. FEMA saved our lives, my family's lives." FEMA saves a lot of lives. FEMA does incredible work globally sometimes. FEMA is the most effective part of our government, and they're dismantling it. And she's out here going, "Oh, wait a minute. I didn't know you were going to do that." Yes, you did. But the second coup de grace is this one. And I have a video for you.
Much as I hate to admit it, liberals were right fundamentally about Trump. Whether he has good intentions or bad intentions, whether he means well or not, some people blame his advisors, some people blame people around him. Whatever you think about his culpability, he is in effect, okay? Maybe not consciously or intentionally, but in effect, what he is a demagogue. What he is a populist demagogue. And directionally, what liberals said about him, which is that he was stirring up the rubes, animating the rubes with nativist rhetoric and ginning up resentment against the system to empower himself and the people around him, and then brought the swamp closer to the periphery in his first and second administration, willing to say and do anything. Yeah, that all kind of turned out to be true. Yeah, that basically turned out to be true.
Speaking of the liberals were right, let's talk about how we said that Donald Trump would tear down democracy, traditions, destroy freedoms and societal norms. And we said that would all happen. We promised that would happen. But it wasn't until Donald Trump took aim at the judicial system just yesterday and posted on his Truth Social the following: "The radical left lunatic of a judge, a troublemaker, an agitator, who was sadly appointed by Barack Hussein Obama, was not elected president. He didn't win the popular vote by a lot. He didn't win all 7 swing states. He didn't win 2,750 to 525 counties. Neither did you, you fat orange fuck. No, you didn't. Let's just be honest. Let's be truthful here. Elon and his fucking supercomputers up in the fucking sky, along with that Russian dictator calling in fucking bomb threats to hundreds of polling locations, shutting them down, turning away voters. Who the fuck knows what you did? It's going to come out at some point in time. It will come out, by the way, you fucking orange. Oh, I hate him. He acts so fucking pompous and nobody likes him. Anyways, he continues to go on to say that he has an overwhelming mandate and calls for the impeachment of Judge Boasberg. And guess who? Guess who stepped up to say something about that? You're going to be surprised. Yeah, it was Chief Justice John Roberts. And you know what he's more upset about? For more than 2 centuries, the Chief Justice said, it has been established that impeachment is not an appropriate response to disagreement concerning judicial decisions. The normal appellate review process exists for that purpose. Oh, I'm sorry, Chief Justice John Roberts. Do you want your traditions to stay in place? Do you want Trump to honor your values, the things that affect your daily life? Get fucked, Chief Justice John Roberts. Get fucked sideways. Absolutely. Just unconscionable that they point out glaring hypocrisies when they affect them, but don't give 2 fucking shits about anybody else's traditions, about our freedoms, our democracy, any of it. Let it burn down around everybody because me, the rich judge, will be just fucking fine. It's unbelievable. All right, I need a moment. With the magic of television, I'm back with a change of clothes. No, it's really just the next day because my life is incredibly busy, believe it or not. But since our last topic was just Chief Justice John Roberts going, hey, what about tradition? Let's talk about judges and let's talk about tradition. Let's talk about how for hundreds of years, our democracy has hinged on people doing what they're supposed to do, following the law the way they're supposed to follow it. And people in positions of power applying the law correctly. Okay? That's the clearest I can make it. Because right now, we talked about how the Trump administration was ordered to turn the flames around for the 200 undocumented immigrants that were sent to, I forget. That's not the point. Anyway, the judge told them to turn the flames around. They didn't. Now the judge is demanding that the Trump administration answer his question about that flight. There are specific questions. Donald Trump took to Truth Social to call him a left-wing lunatic, to call him names, whatever, and then one fucking moronic Republican representative from Texas says, yeah, let's impeach him. And now they're on the impeach every judge that goes against Donald Trump train. Fascism is here, friends. You ushered, not you personally, but America helped to usher it in. MAGA was so hell-bent on not having trans people or having black people be more important than themselves that they were willing to give up their freedom and their democracy for it. Isn't that fucking crazy? So now the judge is ordering that the administration answer these questions. And the Trump administration basically said, yeah, we're going to push back on that. And they said that, can we have an order to not answer your questions, basically? What? Why do you need an order to not answer his questions? You're already not following the law. Judges interpret the law. That's their job. A judge interprets the law. And if a judge says you are doing something wrong, you have to undo it. And if you don't undo it, you're actively taking part in fascism. And that's what Donald Trump has done. We said when Donald Trump refuses to submit to court rulings, judges' rulings, we're there. And we're here. We're here. So what do? Do we sit here and go, oh, God, I hope he doesn't get worse. Oh, no, he got worse. And I hope he doesn't get worse than that. Oh, no. What do we do now? I hope it doesn't get worse than it got worse and worse and worse. And we're just sitting here watching it fucking happen. We're just watching it fucking happen. It's insane to me. What's insane to me, too, is that these Republican Congress people are so willing to make their jobs obsolete. Because if Donald Trump can go against the courts, there is no need for Congress. He might as well write the laws, make the laws, enforce the laws, and the people underneath him must comply or you're out. Anybody who now speaks out against him. Now, the Voice of America, let's talk about that real quick. The Voice of America is primarily a radio station that was created during the World War II era. And their sole job was to combat Russian propaganda because it was so bad. But back then, people were super patriotic, right? We had true patriotic people living in this country. People who cared about the livelihoods of others. And that is why we got into World War II. And that's why it wasn't as easy for the Russian government to propagandize the people. But also, there were people actively educating each other on this radio station. Anyways, this Voice of America channel has been around for a long time. And Donald Trump pulled its funding and shut it down because, take a guess, because they don't talk good about him. Well, they're still combating Russian propaganda. Now they're combating MAGA propaganda and lies, which are the same, by the way, which are the same thing as Russian propaganda. Right? We're in fucking 100% fascist dictatorship. We are not a democracy anymore. This is not up for debate. It's not something we can question. You have an administration defying the courts. You have an administration defying Congress. You have an administration who's demanding fealty and loyalty to him. And if you don't, you're fired. And there's nobody to do anything about it. There is nobody doing anything about it. And everybody's just going about their day-to-day lives, friends. And my head is about ready to explode with all of the horrible shit happening in your freedom being gone. And these people don't recognize that their freedom isn't gone yet because their day-to-day life isn't disrupted. They have no reason to speak out against Donald Trump yet because they still got to go to work. Their bills still got to get paid because nothing has changed in their life. But the moment that it does and everything clicks into place, and they realize that they don't have freedom anymore, it's too late. America, wake the fuck up. We couldn't have been louder in our warnings. We couldn't have screamed anymore every single day. Project 2025 is real. And it was so frightening that even MAGA supporters were like, holy shit, that's scary. I hope it's not real. And Donald Trump was like, no, I don't know anything about that. And they were like, we're scared there for a minute that might be real. And now that they know that it is real, what are they doing about it? Literally nothing. Oh, well, my freedom's gone. Oh, well, this man could arrest, jail, and camp anybody. And who is to stop him? Do you understand me that DOJ can do nothing to protect you because they work for him? Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, those two people alone could fucking jail anybody who spoke out against this administration, and nobody could protect you or save you or stop them. They're the law of the land, and they are in bed with Trump. Wake up, friends. There may come a time when, whether you are political or aren't political, you want to say, hey, I don't like what Trump is doing. And they catch wind of that. Just like in North Korea. It's that real. This is not a joke. That man is a fucking maniac. He's a malignant narcissist with the most power in the fucking world. The biggest army, the most money, the loyalist supporters in the highest offices in the land. What could go wrong? I need a moment. Now, the last things I guess I really want to discuss before we wrap it all up, is this news that Ross Gerber, who is the top Tesla investor, was interviewed by Sky Business. And what he said was that he wants Musk gone. He said that his role in the government is causing Tesla and the environment. Everything's just too divisive. He cited Musk's post-election role at the helm of the Trump administration's new Department of Government Efficiency. It's attracted public anger and protest over planned swinging cuts to federal government staff. He said, and this is a quote, "I think Tesla needs a new CEO, and I decided today I was going to start saying it. And so this is the first show that I'm saying it on. It's time for somebody to run Tesla. The business has been neglected for too long. There are too many important things Tesla is doing. So either Elon should come back to Tesla and be the CEO of Tesla and give up his other jobs, or he should focus on the government and keep doing what he's doing, but find a suitable CEO of Tesla." Gerber told Darren McAfee that the business was in crisis, absolutely in crisis, and the appointment was among several reasons he had sold off a substantial number of shares in recent months. And he's not alone. A lot of people sold off their shares. He says the company's reputation has just been destroyed by Elon Musk. Sales are plummeting. So yeah, it's a crisis. You literally can't sell the best product in the marketplace because the CEO is so divisive. And he's fucking divisive. That man, because of the amount of money he has, acts like a fucking douchebag all over the internet because he owns the fucking lie box where people think the truthiest news comes from. And it is the most incorrect, inaccurate bullshit that comes off of that fucking website. Friends, our government is in a total state of crisis. Fuck Tesla. Fuck Tesla. Sorry, stockholders. Fuck you too. Take it to court. Sue the man. Get him out of there. Break him. If you have an ounce of patriotism in you, you as the top shareholders will do something about it. You will take the money from his pocketbook by kicking him out. Kick him out. Force him to get rid of all of his shares. You know, he bought X using Tesla stock as the backer. Which bank did that was a dumb fucking idea, I'll tell you that. But if he loses Tesla, I don't know how he'll continue paying for Twitter. And if Elon loses his money and his position of power, guess who's gonna drop him like a hot potato? Yeah, the crusty, dusty Cheeto fuck. Our country is in crisis. Our freedom and our democracy is crumbling. The pillars of our democracy are being attacked one at a time. And the last one was judicial. Will you adhere to, a judge's orders? And he's not, friends. You have to abide by the judge, but it has to be a judge that is loyal to him. And if you don't, then the people at the top who are loyal to him will come after you. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. If you can get to a blue state, that is your only course of protection right now. That's it. And I don't even know that there's much protection there either. If I had the money, friend, I would be gone. I would be gone. I would put a friend of mine in charge of selling my house or renting my house. And my wife and my kid and I would have already sought asylum in Canada. We'd be gone. Because I'm afraid for my family, and you should be too. Especially if you're a marginalized group. I hate to be a fearmonger, and this isn't fearmongering. This is me telling you. We foresaw this years ago. Exactly this. We said this man has absolutely no care in the world, no respect for our democracy. He doesn't care about this country. He cares about himself and himself having power, period. And you MAGA fucks in your red hat culty, what world you fucking live in, you're going to find out real soon how fucking much he cares about you. A lot of you guys are finding out right now already. And stay off the internet because they're trying to warn you. And if you get on the internet, you're likely to see ex-MAGA people going, fucking waving the red flag at you, going, this is fucked up, friend. Because it is. It is fucked up. But I will state it until I am dead and in the ground. This country was born on freedom and democracy. Democracy where the people have a voice. The democracy built by the people. And we will not let it go willingly. He's got I don't know when it's going to happen, friends. I don't know. But I can tell you this. They're trying, please put this in your calendar. They're trying to plan a Memorial Day million-person protest in D.C. Memorial Day. I'm not sure of the website where that was happening. Give me 1 second, and I will try to find it for you. Hold, please. Okay, friends. The website, the email address, if you want information on this, I believe is it's contact@americanopposition.org. That's contact@americanopposition.org. All one word, lowercase, no spaces, no underscores. It's just contact@americanopposition.org. They're asking for retired veterans, anybody willing to stand up to contact them, but also look into that deal with the million-person protest in D.C. on Memorial Day weekend. I would like to be there. It's something I'd like to do, but with a blown transmission in my car, $4,000 due in taxes, not so sure that any of that's going to happen for us. Life sucks right now, friends. It just does. It just does. Any chance of a small vacation was gone the minute that transmission, will tell you that. But I don't want to talk about that. I want to end this podcast today by telling you that we're in serious trouble. Look in my eyes. I am in fear for the future of marginalized groups in this country. I am in fear for people who are not loyal to this administration or their plans to overtake democracy with a Christian nationalist agenda. They have torn down every last pillar of democracy and freedom. And it's time that we stop going about our day-to-day lives as if everything is okay. It would help if you would share this information, this podcast, if you would get the word out so we can help to get more people on board in the movement, letting this administration know we would like to peacefully dissent. We would like to peacefully come to an agreement that democracy must remain intact. That's what we would like. But it's no secret. Democracy has crumbled. It's fallen. Democracy has fallen. I feared the day that I would have to say that to you guys or anyone, or think it or admit it. But it's real. Again, it couldn't be more important, friends, that you stay educated. Make sure that you read that book on tyranny if you have not read it yet. It's a short read. You can get it on Audible. Please read the book. Stock up on certain supplies that you may need. Get your go bags ready. Make sure that your passports, your birth certificates, your important documents, prescription, papers, that sort of thing are all in order. And make a plan. find the countries that will accept asylum seekers, and know if you claim asylum in one country, you cannot change your mind and go seeking it in another place. So make sure that the place you choose is where you plan to stay. It's real. Friends, I love you. Find your community. Stay in community. Reach out to one another. You're going to need it right now. Remember to follow all of my socials. We don't know if TikTok's going to be around forever. And with this administration, any voice of opposition is going to go. So he'll probably help take it down. I'm over on Blue Sky. I'm over on Instagram. I'm on YouTube, here on Substack. I do have a Lemonade account, but that goes down too if TikTok goes down. So that's kind of pointless. I am on Fanbase. A lot of people are saying not to use Fanbase, but I do have an account there. I don't frequent it. Thank you, friends, if you appreciate what we do. The donation scan code will be at the end of this video. Please feel free to drop a few bucks in. Anything helps right now. My family is stretched to the very, very, very last penny. So, again, I love you all. You know I do. This is the best community I could have ever hoped to find. And I appreciate being here with you and doing the work. So take care of each other, please.